Last time I forgot to record the video. Yes. So I have been saying repeat listening and learning. Did you contemplate and reflect why repeat listening and learn? Ashok, I don't see you. Do you do the repeat listening and learning? अरे तुम्हारे पास मैसेज ऑडियो फाइल ही नहीं जा रही, तुम क्या रिपीट लिसनिंग करोगे? मेरे को क्या बता रहे? Anyhow, repeat listening and learning. I didn't listen to you. It's okay. So, why we do the repeat listening and learning? Do you still remember the example of a triangle? The sum total of all the angles of a triangle or square. Square is 360 degree. Your answer is 320 degree. So what we do? We repeat the process. Your answer is 390 degree. You repeat the process. But we intellectually understand and we say, that is all, that is all. I have understood. But you have not reached to the conclusion. Did you get the answer that why we do the repeat listening and learning? After an hour, during the session, I'm not the body. After the session, I'm the body and the mind. I have lot of problem. I have lot of stress. I have to deal with this guy. It is 320 degree or maybe 390 degree or 400 degree. Are you getting it? What I'm saying? Last time we understood that that is what how the science works. Science puts the hypothesis and then it tries to prove by the objective experimentation, and we try to reach to that conclusion. There is a real self. Finished. Now I have to prove it. I have to prove through my intellect to the mind that very process is known as the contemplation and reflection. Yesterday, the guy told me that I need your 5 minutes. Very good. Now look at it. See the real life stories. That is what happens with me. Lot of emails and people like, oh, are you free? Yes, yes, I'm free. So I have a problem. I'm upset. I said, what happened? I'm going on a vacation and my dog is sick. Even though I kept the dog, I sent the dog to my parents, but I'm emotionally attached. Your 360 degree has gone. Now, how you reach to a 390 or 400 degree? He said, what do you mean by it? My dog is sick, so I have to be emotional. I have to take care. I said, don't go on vacation. Take care of the dog. Now, how we cannot prove that the angles of a square is 360 degree? So he reached to 390 degree. What he told me? What do you mean? I like him because he argues and it's a right reasoning. But sometimes he puts in a wrong way. He said, can I not be a human being and a seeker? I said, first you become a seeker. Let the seeker follow being a human. If you are a human being, you have impulses, you have habits, you will ultimately conclude to 390 degree. Another problem. Why, after all, you had a dog and he came out openly? because I am single, I have a good house, I have a good home, so at least, I should have someone. Okay, okay, I have some. Your conclusion is 390 degrees. Are you understanding that? This is what happens. That is why we should have a repeat listening and learning. I have to repeat it. I have to contemplate and reflect. So when I contemplate and reflect, what I recognize, just I'm giving you another, because we are still talking about waking, dreaming, and sleeping state. Sleeping, dreaming, and waking states are subjected by the time. What is subjected by the time is an effect. What is an effect is constantly changing. I have to reach to a point what is unchanging. The ultimate cause of these three states are unchanging. What is that ultimate cause? It is consciousness. I have reached to 360. Triangle, 180. But what happens, that's what I have been pleading and requesting you, that apply this Eastern wisdom in your thought, speech, and action. Now the time has come. So you get a knowledge of that real self. It is not in time, it is not in place. That is why we say meditation is not a practice, it is a non practice. I jump to different conclusions. You know that? You have to remember that. Waking state. These three states are subjected by the time. Time is in effect. Effect changes constantly. But I have to reach to a cause. Cause is unchanging. And that is the real self, and that is the consciousness. So, should I not go on vacation? I said, that is your choice. And then I explained, you are putting your mind subjected to the time and the location. That is what you call the vacation. Oh, what about your mind? Your mind will go there. You will keep on thinking your dog is your honey. Ah, go on vacation. Spend thousands of dollars. You are not ready to pay me. But this is what happens in our daily life. That is the reason I have been, or masters have been saying, listening and learning, repeat listening and learning. I have to reach to a conclusion. Yes, I am the real self. Finished. The knowledge shines in your intellect and you are there. That is the journey this master is asking us to do. What do you think? What do you think? Think of it. Understand this. Take another. We are contemplating and reflecting. Why we are contemplating and reflecting, we have to prove that sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Here it is, I'm the real self, which is beyond any change. Can you tell me which one out of the three states is the best? Think of it. I'm taking you to another journey. Waking state. Oh, I have a lot of problem. I have jealousy against this one, I like this one, I'm attached to this one, which is the waking state, is the best one. Think that is the process of contemplation and reflection. The moment we wake up, we have 1 million challenges to solve. At least dreaming is better than the waking state. Because the moment you wake up from the dream, everything is gone. Even the tiger is chasing you, you have a problem, or maybe in the dream you died, but now you are awake, so fear is also gone. And sleep is the best. You have not to eat, you have not to go to the restroom, you need not to worry about earning money to maintain your livelihood. You need not to worry about the home. So then I will continue to sleep. You don't have a chance. You don't have a choice. You cannot make a choice that you will sleep 24 hours a day. Your past impression will push you and wake you up. Are you thinking? You all are seekers, so I'm taking you to a little deeper journey to make you understand. So, dream state, at least events do not touch for long. And in the waking state, I'm constantly worried. Do you see that? But awakening only takes place in the waking state. Because I don't know the problem, how can I solve it? In sleep, I don't know the problem. So, as compared to the sleep state, the waking state can help me awaken. I can move from waking to awakening only in a waking state. Yes, there is a possibility, uh, if you think I did a mistake in sleep, you are totally relaxed. Yes, when you are in coma, you may think that, you are just lying on the bed. You have heard about a lot of patients lying in the coma for years together, but their mind is thinking, they are not able to express it. They are in a transition. They cannot speak, but they know what's happening. In sleep, you don't know. This is the process, belief, pending inquiry. So you simply listen 1 hour, you don't apply it in your daily life, it will not work. That guy is crazy guy. Oh, I'm subjected by the time in the waking state. Hold on my mind. Don't go anywhere. No one is jealous. I'm not jealous of anyone. I don't have a hatred against anyone. Effect is gone. Knowledge will help you. Practice will not help you. Non-practice. Non-practice is the state of highest state of meditation. That is why I started with another mantra which gives you the entire journey of this text. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamaduchyate Purnasya Purnamadai Purnameva Vashishyate. Like the water, and you have one wave of waking, another wave of dream, and third wave of the sleep. They are the effects subjected by the time, same way these three waves are subjected by the time. So when I perceive, it is all a manifestation of the consciousness and the sleep, since our birth, coming and going, waking, coming and going, dream, coming and going. I remain constant. What is that I? That I is the real self. Om Purnamada. I am infinite, eternal. What gender you have, see the process. Very subtle process. I'm just making you aware. Where is your gender? I'm male. First, I know I become male. First, I know I am woman, then I become female. Why I said so? First, I know I am real self, I become the real self. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. So you can think of it why I left psychology, why modern psychology is to be left. So you see that this, what is this? This is Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamaduchyate. Recognizing the vastness, the infinite nature of the reality. Why is I say reality? Go to the ultimate cause. It is not effect. Effect is subjected by the time and the location. Cause is not. That cause I am. I know it. I become the real self. Go back to that example, real life example of this young guy. Should I not go on vacation? I'm subjecting myself to the time and the location. Dog is sick, that is another subjected by the time and the location. First, you become the seeker, then you are a human being. So the seeker's attitude looks at the role of a human being. What has to happen to the dog? It will happen. I told him, then I asked him that, will your parents not take care of your dog? Oh no, they are wonderful. They always love dogs. So why to worry? Get rid of this nature of the mind and reaction of the mind and spend your time on vacation. In vacation, will you practice meditation or you will see the same guest house, same hotel, same water, which you will say, what a beautiful beach. Or are you going with someone? No, no, I'm going alone. No, no, I'm just asking you. This is how our journey is. I'm going on vacation, subjected by the effect of the stress and anxiety because of the dog, because I'm living alone, so I should have a dog. Now, I'm not saying that you should not have it. Have 10 dogs, I damn care. But I have to understand this process. So can I say the dog created a stress in my life? No, 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 but it is, you go on arguing, but it will not help you. I have to restart. I have to restart from where? Sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. And the moment your mind refers to that example, your anxiety and the stress dissolves. Oh, I have to restart. That is the nature of this Eastern wisdom, recognizing the infinite nature of the reality. Then I have to understand what I have to understand. What is that understanding in this mantra? The mantra says that when I visualize the infinite waves, they are the manifestation of the same reality. Only difference, one is eternal, not subjected by the time. Other are subjected by the time. I have not to get attached to what is subjected by the time. Here it is body, mind, intellect, ego, thought, thought, speech, and action. Oh, that is independent. So now, as a seeker, I become a human being. Yes, I care the dog. I have put them to my parents. Let them take care. Now, can I be free? No, I'm not free because I'm attached. I'm living in ignorance. That is the cause of all our stress. So understand these principles, understand this clearly. Why that real self or consciousness is eternal? Water has many waves. You have 1 million waves. Does the amount of water increases or decreases? Tell me. I'm pure consciousness. Does the waking dream and the sleep state help increase and decrease that consciousness? Tell me. But only it happens when I'm the real self. I know it. I am that. After that, manifestation is this body, mind, intellect, and ego as an individual, as a human being. Oh, let me work. Let me live my life. Think, 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 think. The wave is all water. Now, when I am the real self, oh, this wave is also, this body is also the same consciousness because it is the manifestation. So I get rid of the ignorance. And that is what is known as awakening. That is known as awakening. Nirvana. Uh, I have to repeat, I've been telling you, whether you're doing it, you will find a new level of awareness. You are not doing it, you simply put that knowledge in the intellect and you recall when you are in stress. So your mind will choose the stress, how to manage the stress. Your mind will not choose that I am the real self. It will not choose the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. It will choose it is 190. First, let me take care of the dog and then I will think of the vacation. Think, think, think. Just pushing your limit of the intellect. Our great master was that Sri Aurobindo. He said it is a supra-intellectual understanding by which you reach to a choiceless awareness. In science, we have only intellectual understanding. He rightly said, I love uh, his, his the way he presents himself. Now clearly look at it. So in the sixth or seventh verse, sixth here, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth verse, the master says that is the reason we are consciousness. And that consciousness is absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. My grandparents died in long back in 1969, grandmother. Then my grandfather died in, I would say, 19 something, 78. My dad died in 1989. You see that constant change is there. And I realized that change, but my death is the death of the body. Behind that death, there is a consciousness that continues. What is another message? That knowledge does not depend on the physical presence or absence of an object. Knowledge. Are you getting it? If you have heard the previous lessons, I said knowledge of an object or object of a knowledge. I gave you another example. Where is this hand? But no, in the present, in the absence of the light, I cannot see the hand. But that light is not only falling in the hand, it is also falling everywhere. Even if I drop the hand, the light of that consciousness is always there. I look at the journeys, but the light of that consciousness is also falling on the entire group. That is not subjected to change, that is not subjected to time. Am I more technical today? Light in the hands. But I'm summarizing because then we will go a little deeper. I say moonlight. Moonlight is being a human being. Yes, I'm a human being, but behind that moonlight, I know it is only sunlight. It is only sunlight. There is no moonlight. There cannot be moonlight. But for the sake of convenience, we say yes, yes, it's a moonlight. Similarly, the three states of the consciousness, waking, dream, and sleep. So when the master says that consciousness, for the sake of understanding, that is existence, that is consciousness, that is bliss, means permanent state of the happiness. So, how to understand that existence extends itself to become conscious, and the consciousness extends itself, extension. It extends itself of the nature of the bliss, or we simply say it is one consciousness. Existence. Why we say existence? Because it is eternal, unchanging reality, not subjected by any time or the location. We exist through all the states of the consciousness, waking, dream, and the deep sleep. Like the screen of your TV, movie plays, different plots are there. So, waking, dream, and sleep are different plots. And then you have subplots. In the waking state, we have many subplots. Today is a bad morning. Oh, you have come, you have made my day. They are, we are we are identifying with the chains. So no, we don't see that this waking exists because of the existence, the dream exists because of the existence, the sleep exists because of the then it extends itself because I'm aware. So obviously it is a consciousness. So that very existence extends itself as a consciousness, or you can say the light of awareness. We are aware of objects, people, events, even our own thoughts and emotions. Consciousness is there. Like the sun that illuminates everything, consciousness makes all experiences possible. We are the consciousness. Third is the bliss. So he is going to take about this permanent happiness in detail. The joy of the pure being. That is the joy of the pure being. That is existence and consciousness. There is always a constant eternal joy is always there with us. It hides. First, I become a human being, then I am a seeker. It hides. First, I become a waker, and then I am a consciousness. It hides. Like the wave hides the ocean. I told this young guy that why don't you know? I said, have you seen the coffee machine with the espresso coffee, the milk frother? It is still the milk. Frother is like the waves. So why don't you create the waves in your house so you'll have a good vacation? Oh, you are crazy. I said, no, I'm not crazy. You are crazy. You're going on a vacation and you are disturbed. Anyhow, he has gone, so I'll tell you the story. So, understand this point. It does not mean we are not saying don't go on vacation. I'm not saying that. So the joy of the pure being, joy of that pure being is here on the spot of the vacation, with everyone. That is unchanged. So why I go on vacation? Take this example again. I mistake. Do you understand? Can you complete the sentence? I mistake. I'm subjected by the time and the location. That is why I've been saying contemplation, reflection. You have to listen, re-listen, contemplate and reflect. What happens then? This intellect says, I am the real self. And that you have to apply through the manifestation of thought, speech, and action in the world. One consciousness, transcending the object in the subject duality. The path of the realization is that what exactly is. We are existence. Keep in mind. So if your mind reflects the way I speak, you are there. If you are not there, remember sum of angles of a triangle is not 180 degree. I have not reached to that conclusion. When I have not reached to that, I have to restart. That is what we did in our school days. We don't want to do it. I'm taking in another way so that because I'm laying a foundation for the other verses so that it becomes easy for you to understand. We are existence. That existence, another name is given the Sat. Sat means the truth. The truth is uncreated. Consciousness, we have already seen. It is uncreated. Waking is created, sleep brings. So what is created will have a birth and the death. So that awakened guy lived for 700 years. Why they are not coming into public? We create layers and layers of false notion. Why? Because we don't want to reach to that state. They walk on fire. Let them walk on fire. We have to understand this existence is uncreated, eternal, beyond time. Then why should I cling to the body and the mind? When I cling to the body and the mind, I continue to live in what exists now will not exist tomorrow. I'm in a waking state. It will not continue to exist. It will convert into sleep and the dream. But behind that, There is the ultimate cause, is the existence. That is what we say, Sat. I'm defining absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. So that we'll have a very strong foundation to understand the next verses. Well, I don't believe you. Don't believe it. Then ask where the knowledge is taking place. Is the knowledge taking place in the waking state or a sleep state or a dream state? No, it is taking place somewhere inside me. The waking state is subjected by the body, mind, and the sense organs. The dream state is subjected by the mind. The sleep state is subjected by the ignorance, where the knowledge is taking place. It is taking place in that existence which is of the nature of consciousness. What about my pleasure and pain? It is happening in the mind, it is not happening in the consciousness. It is the pleasure of knowledge. It is not the knowledge of pleasure. It is the pain of knowledge. It is happening there, beyond body and mind. That is why it is not only existence, it is also the consciousness. It is not only the knowledge of objects, events, people. No. It means, if you say that, it means we have many, many knowledges, which is not possible. There is only one knowledge. We know by English grammar also. I cannot say knowledge is. So that knowledge is of the nature of the consciousness, what it means. What is the reality? There is a consciousness. There is a consciousness. Pay attention. There is a consciousness, objects, people, events, stress, anxiety, duality, conflict, things I know appears in the on that consciousness like the waves, but the consciousness remains unaffected. Because the mind is awake, because the sense organs are awake. So in a waking state, that consciousness hides, so to say, and you have all the problems, pleasure, duality, conflict, sickness of the dog. You are sick. When you are asking a question, I told him that, don't you feel that you have become sick? He's very intelligent. He says, yes, this is sickness. I'm going on vacation and I'm asking you a question. So he said, yes, you're right. I'm just aware. Still, I cannot get rid of it. That is also another wave on that consciousness. This is the journey. So there is a consciousness, objects, people, events in the waking state. My stress, my anxiety, my duality, my conflict, my pleasure, I'm rich and poor and married and single and gender. All these are the waves on that consciousness. They simply appear in the consciousness. I'm none of them. Because it appears in the consciousness. Why? Knowledge takes place there. What is happening to the consciousness? Nothing happens to that consciousness. We have witnessed it for these long years. So when I say, what is this? You say, hand. My mind limits my consciousness to a hand because it has a name in the form. Look at it. But it is unlimited. It is eternal. It is all pervading. It is here and now. Because my mind is focusing on the objects it is not able to see. The water, wave is water. I don't see it. And that is why the master says it is just the ignorance, my friend. Master says only one word, you are living in ignorance. Knowledge is one and only one consciousness. So if what is one consciousness, I see one existence. It is not the knowledge of the waves. What is the knowledge of the waves? I have a stress. I'm a human being. I have a dog to take care, etc., etc. It's not the knowledge of all those objects. It's the objects of knowledge. This one. My master used to talk about 3 to 4 hours. He had such a heavy body, and I could. Did he not experience that 4 hours of sitting with such a heavy body? He should not. He should not experience the pain in the knees. Yes, he used to say after 4 hours, "Oh, my horse, let's get up for a walk." So he's referring the body as a horse. Can I have that level of separation? Pain of knowledge. Okay, pain of knowledge. Where the pain is in the body. Done. Because of the misunderstanding and the delusion, we get carried away by having complete knowledge about who am I. Incomplete means, incomplete mean knowledge means, incomplete experience means what? Mind says find someone else, something else, some objects outside to 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 dissolve this stress and anxiety. What is this statement? This is a desire. So based on the limited aspects of the mind, that mind starts creating a binding desire. It gets attachment, it falls into the delusion, it does everything every time again. Oh, if I eat pasta, I'll be happy. If am with you, I'm happy. If I have $1 million, I'll be happy, etc., etc. So you are not touching the consciousness. You did not declare that I am the real self. You did not solve the problem. It is 180 degree. It is not 190. You made it 190. You make it 200. You made it 250. That is why you have a stress. That is why you live in ignorance. That is why you live in delusion. 250 means that I have 10 desires. If I fulfill all the 10 desires, take an example, this young guy. A couple of people know it, but I'm not referring his name. I have to go on vacation. So dog is sick. So I have an anxiety. But I have to go on vacation. I got the ticket. I will not get the refund. Do you see? Do you see the entire journey? The vicious cycle. Sankalpa, Vikalpa, I talked about it. So you are keeping the dog with your parents. Will your parents will not take care of the dog? Yes, they will take care. They love the dog. So why you to worry? But I have certain fear, as if only I can take care of the dog, and if I can take care of the dog will not die. Is it possible? I'm just giving a very example that you can relate to in your life. So even in extreme pain and challenges, that consciousness reflects your peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Close your eyes. Your eyes are closed. So you see how many factors are there? How many factors are there? Eyes of knowledge, gentleness of knowledge. Everything is pointing there. Being comfortable, so the body of knowledge, comfort of knowledge. Do you see the body of knowledge, comfort of knowledge? Now, when the mind says what to do next, that is only a thought. You have to do nothing at all. Are you aware of this fact? What is that fact that you have to do nothing? But then we continue the journey because the mind gradually becomes pure and it realizes the ultimate cause. So we say being comfortable is nothing but nothing but sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now you see sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Why? You are saying you are creating another series of objects in the mind. What is that sensation, comfort, and steadiness? My goodness. So, sensation of knowledge, are you getting it? It is not knowledge of sensation or experience of sensation. That both are the same. Oh, comfort of knowledge, yes, I could realize steadiness of the steadiness. So there we get some clue. It is the steadiness in the body. It is not the steadiness of the body. Oh, and that I have referred a couple of times. Some of you may remember. Okay, so you have an direct knowledge from the words that we speak. Every thought conveys the knowledge. It is the product of knowledge. So when I say being comfortable, it is the comfort of knowledge, sensation of knowledge, steadiness of the knowledge. That itself is required. That is why this master says, where are you going? Why you are going for a practice? Hmm. Being carefree. So now you see that being carefree, I explained it many a times that it is free from all the cares that the mind does. Now question is why the mind cares? Why don't you calm down? It has yet to find the real self. Does it does it make a sense to you? It has yet to find a real self. Until it finds the real self, it will continue to jump. It will continue to jump. Why? But when it will find the real self, the mind will, moonlight will merge into the sunlight. There is nothing to be. Mind has nothing to be, to rush and to find anything at all. Oh, so what you are saying that this thought of knowledge, in that thought there is an object of knowledge. You simply even think and say to the mind and wait. Knowledge of the pain, I cannot practice meditation. No, it is the pain of knowledge. So the mind is redirected from the object to the subject. Nor is not there, you'll have no pain. That is what these dentists and those anesthesia specialists do it for our body. Everything is okay. You don't feel the pain? Yes, I don't feel. And then they take the teeth out. Hmm? They do the cataract surgery. You are fully conscious. Oh, localized, local anesthesia? But here we are not taking that anesthesia. Our anesthesia is pain of knowledge, object of knowledge, thought of knowledge, not the knowledge of a thought. Why? If I have a knowledge of that, I become the object. I say I have a pain. Then I say I'm a human being. And that is why I should have some emotion towards my dog. Yes, you should have it. What about your anxiety? Who caused this anxiety? Dog? You're a human being. So you see that way we have to contemplate and reflect. Any thought comes, I have to recognize. Recognize means cognition. Recognition, cognition. You remove the re. Uh, we say CBT, cognitive behavior. Don't go to those big words. Simplified, cognition. Cognition is awareness. Awareness is consciousness, pain of knowledge, pain of consciousness. It is happening there. It is not happening in the body. So now do you understand why the master says it is a known practice? Why it is knowledge? Knowledge is consciousness. At present, I am a human being. I am male or female. I have lot of problem. I have challenges, or more or less, I'm happy, I'm rich, I'm poor. Can you ever find out? Does your mind ever say that I am the pure consciousness, I'm the real self at any point of time in your life? If it is not saying, it's a lack of commitment, you can say lack of contemplation and reflection. That is all. Because if I say you follow a particular step, what it means, I am not in peace now. After the practice, I will be in peace. So the entire practice is subjected by the time and many other factors. I continue to wander into what is changing. I cannot discover what is unchanged. So this statement only applies on Saturday's session. If you apply it on Mondays and Thursdays session, you will fall into greater delusion. Not for the sake of the practice, but just, are you aware of the breath? Knowledge of the breath moving in and out. Now reverse this from object to subject. Moving breath of knowledge, moving in of knowledge, moving out of knowledge. Then you will understand this is a rise in consciousness. It has nothing to do with when we say in meditation, move inside yourself. Yes, for novice, for primary seekers, that phrase is good. But false. Can you believe that we teachers speak so much of false? And you all accept it? What is next? If your mind is asking, it means it is asking a practice subjected by the time. So just be aware and remain carefree. Another meaning of the carefree that you see millions of waves, but your perception that the wave is nothing but the water. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Share your how do you show? You wanted to say something like that. Let's share a show experiences.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
I am good, sir. Peace and calm.
Peace and
Nothing.
calm.
हाँ
अच्छा सुन रहे हो सारी?
हाँ, सुन तो रहे हूँ। वो मेरे को अभी कुछ पे कुछ काम करना है जो उस पे ऑडियो ऑडियो आ नहीं रही है। मैं यूट्यूब पे देखता हूँ आपका ना, यूट्यूब पे भी आता है ना, उस पे देख लेता हूँ टीवी में लगा के।
Oh,
हाँ, यूट्यूब पे देख लेता हूँ जी।
very,
बाकी दैट्स फाइन
very.
सर, थैंक यू सो मच,
He
थैंक यू सर।
watches me on YouTube on his television. Keep on
यस
watching. Very good. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good, sir. Thank you. Um, I listening to the lesson, closing my eyes during meditation. I took away four things: knowledge, human being, separation, and real self. Um, I realized from what you're saying that everything belongs to the knowledge. The human being part of it is irrelevant because um, I'm if I'm the real self and I'm of pure consciousness, I'm just occupying a human being's body at this moment in time, which then creates the separation and the realization that if that's the case, then I'm not the pain, I'm not the discomfort, and the real self is a choice. And if I choose the real self and understand the real self, it's of the nature of peace, happiness, truth, and wisdom, and everything else is meaningless. So it just led into a very deep, quiet meditation that after going through those four words, I settled into just absolute peace and happiness. But thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, that's another way to summarize it. We have to contemplate and reflect. Means we have to do the repeat listening. When the mind says, let me practice it, I have to challenge that mind. Practice of knowledge, not the knowledge of practice. And there it simply drops and dissolves. Very good. Thank you, Stephen. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you very much. The lesson for me, one word for me was perspective. I find that the Saturday lesson gives us perspective on where we're at, where we're going, and it allows to reflect on the previous week's lessons and meditations. So I like that. Meditation was deep, quiet, very dark in a good way.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I just wanted something prompted in my mind. I hate you, that example. So does your mind remember it's a hatred of knowledge? Where? Inside me. That is why we say that before I hate someone, first the hatred grows inside me. And then I hate someone because I have to recognize this is an object of hatred. This is an object of jealousy. This is an object of duality and a conflict. So that results into a very deeper state. Beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good, thank you. The mind does say that I am pure consciousness, and if it didn't, then the seeker would ask it to prove what I'm not.
Yeah.
So I would have conviction of what I am.
Yes. I concluded, I was given a geometrical theorem, it is 180 degree, and my conclusion is 190. I have to repeat it. I have to return to it. I have to find out how come it is 180 degree. So that belief should be there. Similarly, that belief should be there that I am the real self, and allow the mind to reach to that state and then see what happens. I'm not saying that, something will happen. Just see that state. Beautiful. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. I was thinking about your student and the vacation and the dog, and how it seems like if you let the mind run away, that with every opportunity you have, you're always going to have a problem, right? So, and then therein lies the choice. So, and then of course my mind was like, well, yeah, all this stuff, during the meditation, and I just had to keep bringing it back.
You do have a cat.
I do have a cat. Yes, I worry about her. I admit it.
Is your cat healthy?
Yes, she's pretty healthy. Thank goodness. She's getting older though. She's 11 years old. So.
You see that? Can I settle myself into the knowledge? At around 7, we have a solar panels on the roof, and the guy inspected it. He said there are 50 pigeons, and they pooed, and it is all covering your roof, and it is going to create a problem maybe after a few months. Now you see how the mind thinks, oh, my roof, it is so costly. What should be the cost? But if you see that you change your perspective of knowledge, now you don't ignore it. You say, okay, now I'm clear. I understood. I have to take an action. Why I have to take an action? The home is changing aspect. It is subjected by the time. So there must be some repair. So he said he will put a mesh into it and it will cost $1,200. So they have a monopoly. I said, USA does not have any monopoly of anything. I have to look into it and I have to search before I come back to you. So thank you very much. You have given me a buzzword, monopoly. So you are able to maintain your awareness and you know. So it does not mean that you ignore. You have to get it done. That is how your life moves. Oh, real life examples. So how are you, Dennis?
Fine, thank you. Your talk triggered some contemplations on various aspects. And before the meditation, I was going back and forth with myself with questions and answers. And then the thought popped up that even this contemplation is subjected by the time, and that whoever is unchanged and eternal in me is separate from this contemplations and this run of thoughts, and there is this separation between the one who asks and answers and the one who is not subjected, who is not dependent on the questions and answers. And at the end, the mind realizing this calmed down and was enjoying doing nothing.
Beautiful. You have touched a very subtle point. I believe you all have understood. I am talking. It is a manifestation of a thought from the mind. The mind is nothing but a moonlight, and behind that moonlight there is a sunlight, that is the consciousness. So that real self is ever present in everything. It is not going anywhere. So my contemplation and reflection, no doubt he is right, 100% right. It's subjected to change. Or you can say this contemplation of knowledge, of consciousness, wave of water. It is here and now. When I'm talking, when I'm not talking, in both the cases, it is present here. Because of the delusion, ignorance, I don't see it. And when I don't see it, then endless suffering. Then my dog is sick, hence I am also sick. That is what you wanted to tell me, this young guy. So dog is sick, I am sick. And now there is a grand plan for vacation. I cannot cancel the tickets. Do you see these kind of situations we will have every day? I can bet you. You encounter these problems. I'm sorry to replace the dog with a mom, with a dad, with a sibling, with a father, with a mother, with a friend. Just think of that. And we lose our awareness. Beautiful. How are you, Terry?
I'm good. Aware.
Very good.
Peace.
Peace, yes. Yes, that peace is the real self. Beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. So mine was calm, was peaceful.
But calm and peaceful. So I told you, I gave you a couple of examples of what is the importance of repeat listening. But check yourself during the day. You get overwhelmed. Okay. I have reached 190 degree instead of 180 of a triangle. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. Reach to 180 degree or 360 degree. So belief, I am the real self. Belief, the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree, and my intellect proves it, reaches to 180 degree. You cannot help yourself without being into the state of calm, peace, and the joy. But what should we do? Dog is sick. That is all for today.
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
namaste, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.